Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be what the narcissist wants to keep you away from. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So the narcissist, they want to keep you away from so many things. I'm going to give you a list of things they want to keep you away from, and I'll begin right now. First thing is, remember, when you were with the narcissist in that toxic relationship, you didn't know what narcissism was because you weren't taught this in school. You weren't prepared for the relationship you were about to enter. Maybe even right now you're looking to exit that relationship from the toxic narcissistic person. I get it. I understand. The point being is the narcissist wanted to keep you away from so many things. And these included to have you understand actually that they were a narcissist and that you would get that first light bulb moment and that you would understand. They didn't want you to understand who they were. They wanted to keep you in the dark. They wanted to keep you in the narcissistic fog, trapped as a mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial prisoner, maybe even in your own home. This is why each and every day when you were with the narcissist back then, you were being berated, belittled. You were experiencing the smear campaign, triangulation. You were experiencing rage fits. You were not being treated properly. You were being gaslit, stonewalled, given the silent treatment. All of these things, all the tools and the weapons that the narcissist uses against people, you experienced most of these, and I'm certain many more. And if you did, drop comments below. But the narcissist wanted to keep you away from, first of all, figuring out who they were. That's number one. And that's why every time, let's say the relationship lasted for a couple of years or decades, or even a couple months could be fine, but that's when you were getting close to figuring out who they were. You were perhaps calling them out a little bit, and you were trying to put a boundary in place. That's when the narcissist usually would either change the topic, ignore you completely, or throw a rage fit because they knew that you were getting a little bit too close to home. They were trying to keep you from figuring out who they were. That is really important for you to wrap your head around. The narcissist never wanted you or anybody to figure out who they are, because the narcissist, remember, they're a shapeshifter. They shift throughout the planet, coming to you in different forms, different shapes, sizes, ethnicities. They speak different languages and everything. And it's not until you get the wisdom and you apply the tools that I provide for you on the channel or you go no contact, block the narcissist, remove them and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. That's when you begin to really heal and understand who the narcissist was. But keep in mind, the narcissist did not want you to figure out who they were. So that's one thing the narcissist wanted to keep away from you. The next thing is the narcissist never wanted you to figure out who you were. They did not want you to discover how resilient you are, how courageous you are, how strong you are, how intelligent you are, how beautiful internally and externally you are, because the narcissist wanted to use you and manipulate you for a period of time, which was the length of the relationship. They wanted to keep you trapped in that zombie-like, trance-like state, the narcissistic fog, and they wanted to have the ability to pepper you with abuse, pepper you with manipulation, pepper you with gaslighting, because this is what the narcissist does. It's their nature. It's how they exist. It's how they go through life, from person to person, relationship to relationship, business to business, country to country, blowing up everything in their path. The reason they do that is because this is what they know, and it has worked for them up until this point on the planet. Bear in mind, if something isn't broke, why fix it? So remember that expression that I'm sharing with you. That's what the narcissist thinks also. They think, hey, I've bullied my way through life. I've done a great job at breaking hearts and stealing people's time, money, empathy, energy, and everything. And when I did that, I just crumble them up like a sheet of paper and I throw them away. And I'll just keep doing that more and more and more. This is exactly how little the narcissist cares about anybody, including yourself. The narcissist cares about only one person. Again, it's not you, it's themselves. They don't care about anybody else on the planet, no matter what you may think. That is why the narcissist is a bully and a coward. Because if it's not their way, it's the highway. Now, going back to what I mentioned a moment ago, if it's not broken, don't fix it. That is a reference to the narcissist. They believe that everything that has worked for them to this point in time, it's always worked. So why would it change? I mean, why would they have to fix anything? There's nothing to fix, because they're emotionless, they're loveless, they're empty vessels, they're empty souls, if you will. And what they want to do is they want to take other people's beautiful, bright, shining light and capture it for a period of time. And that's what they do, and they succeed. Until when? Until they don't. And that is why you are on the channel. That's why you're getting the wisdom. That's why you're becoming awakened and aware, educated and empowered. And you're understanding that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And the narcissist tried to keep you away from that. The second thing is they try to keep you away from discovering who you really are and who you could be and all of the fulfilling events that will make you in the future. They did not want you to find yourself. But again, in each and every narcissistic relationship, you must lose yourself to find yourself. I want to focus on that for a minute. You must understand that many people that are in narcissistic or toxic relationships, they can't wrap their head around these relationships. They know that things aren't right and they know that they're not being treated properly, but they never get the wisdom. They never find that needle in a haystack. That is not you. You're on the channel, you're in the community. You are healing, you're learning, you're growing, you're teaching, you're becoming educated and empowered. You are one of the fortunate ones. That is why when your cup is full, I am strongly suggesting you pay it back, pay it forward, and help other people who right now at this very moment are in challenging or toxic relationships and they don't even know it. They just think that that's how life is and they were meant to be with that person, or these friends are the same people, they're not changing. They don't believe there's something better for them on the other side. And I'll tell you again, post-narcissistic relationship, you will have to heal. It will take time. It will take a lot of time, but in your time you will heal. But you will have to go through a dark tunnel and you will see very little rays of sunshine at the end of the tunnel, little specks of light, if you will. But you're gonna have to go through that to heal properly. You can't go around it. You can't put a Band-Aid on it. You can't wish it away. There's no magic pill. You can't wave a magic wand to heal. Healing is directly contingent upon how much effort and focus you place within yourself, not on trying to figure out who the narcissist is and why they did what they did. You're gonna have to wrap your head around all those things, but eventually you're gonna come to the point and understand that going no contact, blocking them is the path. If not now, when? If you can't do that, utilize gray rock. But I just shared a whole bunch of wisdom with you there. I'm trying to let you know that many people, myself included in the past, you were and or I was caught up in the trauma bond, a place that you did not know existed. This is where the narcissist kept you trapped. This is why you were the unpaid helper. This is why you were the walking apology. This is why you were doing everything for the narcissist and for that relationship. And every once in a while, you'll get a little breadcrumb of kindness or fake empathy or fake love or a mini love bomb stage, and that will keep you in line. It was a little hit of dopamine or whatever drug goes to the brain, and that would keep you happy again. And then what you would do is you would look past all the toxicity for the other 28 or 29 days in the month because you had one day of a relatively stable or healthy relationship, or so it appeared. But then the very next day, boom, you're being back to being given the endless to-do list, or you're being berated for something you did or didn't do, or being told you don't know how to boil an egg properly, or being berated because you didn't pay the electricity bill on time, something like that. You understand what I'm sharing with you. All these things I'm mentioning are things that the narcissist wanted to keep you away from. They did not want you to figure out who they were, and they did not want you to discover how powerful you are. Now, those are two things. Another thing the narcissist didn't want you to, they wanted to keep you away from, very simple things, but are yet so important, such as your hobbies. Think about the hobbies that you attended or you were a part of before you met the narcissist. Maybe you had multiple things. Maybe you like to garden, go skiing and surfing and reading. Okay, well, you meet the narcissist and there's no time for any of those things because the narcissist doesn't want you enjoying yourself. So the narcissist was trying to keep you away from your hobbies. And this is actually not emphasized as not enough on my channel and other channels. Your hobbies are an instrumental part of your life. Each and every day, what you need, once you've healed specifically, I'm talking post-narcissistic relationship, or if you're consuming this video and you're not in a toxic relationship, you're just becoming educated, play this part of the video, play it a few times because it's completely accurate and very important. In life, what you need is you need some time for yourself, which is what I call a me day or me time, and that's you just do whatever you want to do. Then you need time for work, you need time for family, if you have family, and you need time for hobbies, and you need time for exercise, sleep, and eating properly. All of these things add up to a healthy and stable life. But when you're with the narcissist is trying to keep you away from your hobbies. They don't want you enjoying yourself. They don't want you living your life. They want to keep you in the house, cooking, cleaning, paying for things, waiting for the narcissist, being the sounding board, being the punching bag, being the person that takes the abuse behind closed doors. That's what they need. They need someone to regulate themselves. And now we have understood it's not just one person. The narcissist needs multiple people to regulate themselves. That's why frequently, let's say that you were living with the narcissist, you were married perhaps, you would see the narcissist disappear for a couple hours or days or maybe even a weekend every now and again. Why? First of all, they were getting the new supply lined up most likely, or second of all, they were getting supply from somewhere. Now, I'm not saying it is or was romantic interest, but anything's possible with these people because you can never tell when they're telling you the truth or not telling you the truth because they change their minds any which way the wind blows. But that is, think about what I'm sharing with you. So when that would happen, let's say you were living with the narcissist, you would be in the house, maybe taking care of the kids or paying bills or cleaning, whatever they wanted you to do. And yes, I do mean these examples. And then they would be out gallivanting the globe. And then they would come back most times recharged. And they'd have a perma smile or that silly little grin on their face. And they would just act like they just had the best time. Why? Think about it. The narcissist is on cloud 9 when they get supply. Conversely, when the narcissist doesn't get supply, they're like a spoiled child throwing a temper tantrum or a rage fit. You know both ends of that coin now. And the narcissist, this is exactly what would happen. So really digest what I'm sharing. When the narcissist would come home after an extended period of time being away, maybe it was a night, maybe it was a day or a couple days, maybe it was a week, who knows? Think about what kind of mood they were in. Most times they're in a great mood. And why would you think that would be? Understand what I'm sharing with you. So the narcissist wanted to keep you trapped. They didn't want you to enjoy your hobbies. Another thing the narcissist didn't want you to do is to create new relationships with people, specifically new friends or business associates and things like that. Now, there are a couple parts to that. First of all, if you were making new friends or acquaintances and things, they wouldn't really approve of your friendships. Now, would they? No, they wouldn't. Why? Because you were giving your attention away to other people and it wasn't to the narcissist. The narcissist is an energy vampire and they need your energy. They needed your energy. So they would try and keep you away from building new relationships many times. Another thing the narcissist would keep you away from is your own immediate family. Think about that one. That's huge. Let's say that you met the narcissist, you fell in love. What did you do shortly thereafter? Probably got married or moved in. But one thing I'm almost certain you did is you relocated. And many times when you relocate, it's further away from your house or your community where you're used to being. That, again, is on purpose. The narcissist wanted to keep you away from your family. That is why they drive wedges between anything that matters to you and you. And that includes your hobby, your time, money, energy, effort, love, family, your hobbies. Everything. They want to drive a wedge between it because the narcissist wants you to become an extension of them. They want you to be a mini me, no matter what you look like. They want a pawn and a puppet. They want someone that they can sculpt into whatever they want. And whenever that sculpture is just about drying and the way the narcissist wants you to be, boom, that's when usually they'll pick up that sculpture and crash it on the ground. That's the mask slipping and breaking, and that's your relationship ending. That's called the discard. Now, another thing the narcissist tried to keep you away from would be your belief in that there is something better out there, meaning that the relationship that you were part of, not only was it toxic and challenging and trying and very, very difficult to be a part of, but the narcissist kept you trapped in that, thinking that when they would say things like this, they would say things like, oh, you'll never find anybody like me. No one will love you the way I love you. I should have never married you. I can't believe that I'm still with you. You need help. Go see a therapist. What's your problem? Have thicker skin. I only have problems with one person and it's you. No one else I have these conversations with. What's wrong with you? See, notice all those things. They'd be peppering you with confusion and questions, and they would be gaslighting you, and they would be telling you toxic verbiage to keep you down low in the quagmire, the low vibrational state where they exist. Because you're never going to hear something like this from the narcissist. You won't hear words like this, like these. Oh my gosh, you look so beautiful. I'm so happy to see you. Let's sit down and have a cup of coffee and talk about your day today. How was it? Or, hey, how you doing today? Let me hear about what you're doing. Let me hear about your experiences and how's the job going and how's everything going with you? Oh, really? You have some concerns? Yeah, let's talk about you. You're not going to get that. What you're going to get is me, 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 me. Because why? The narcissist is a taker. What they want to do is take, and take. And when they're done, they want to do what? That's right, they want to take more. So another thing they wanted to keep you away from was your time. Yes, you're probably saying, well, how can they keep me away from my time? It's very simple. When they're controlling your time and they're telling you what to do, when to do it, with whom, how to do it, and they're keeping you waiting when you're supposed to go picking them up from work or picking them up from an airport or something, and you're there waiting and wasting your time, they're keeping you away from your time. In other words, your time is your time, but when you're tethered to the narcissist, your time actually becomes their time, and they tell you what to do and how to do it and with whom. This is exactly how the narcissist controls people. The narcissist wants you to believe that when you're in that relationship with them, you've met the best thing on the planet. You've met the best person, the yin to your yang, your soulmate, someone who completes you. And that is all facade. It's all quicksand. It's all a house of cards. None of that is real. That is the mask they're wearing in the beginning of the relationship. That's when they're working really hard to get you ensnared and to have their dirty fangs sunken into you. And they do a very good job at this in the beginning. But again, as in every narcissistic relationship, your relationship collapsed. It ended with a thud, a crash, a bang, most likely. And usually it ended with you being discarded. If you weren't, then you ended it yourself. You're an extremely strong person. Point being, anyone who's made it this far in the video has been in a toxic narcissistic relationship, or you're looking to exit one right now. And the narcissist wanted to keep you from figuring out so many things and keep you from your time. Again, that's why I think about this. Let's say it's Friday and the narcissist, you're going to pick them up from work at 5 o'clock. Okay, well, again, I've shared this example many times. If you were early, what are you doing? Well, you're sitting there waiting for them. So you're not doing what you should be doing because you're wasting your time, if you will, or you're accommodating somebody else. If you go late, you're going to get peppered with abuse, verbal abuse, because why were you late? You made them wait. That's not good. And the third thing is, if you're on time, then maybe the narcissist would peek out of the curtains and look and see the car there waiting. And what would they do? Oh, they just jump on a phone call or act like they're busy or doing, but they're keeping you waiting again. You see, there's no good circumstance there when you are waiting for the narcissist. And this is one of the pivotal things they want you to do. They want to keep you from moving forward. They want to keep you stuck. They want you waiting for them. There are so many things the narcissist want to keep you away from. So many. What about this one? Your hopes, dreams, goals, or aspirations. Maybe you wanted to create a family. Maybe you wanted to start a business. Maybe you wanted to move or something. Maybe you wanted to go to school. Did the narcissist help you accomplish those things? Probably not. And if they did, they had an agenda that would benefit them, and you didn't figure that out till it was too late, maybe till you were discarded. There is always an angle with every narcissistic relationship from the narcissist's perspective. Every relationship to them is a transaction. Every relationship is an opportunity. Every relationship is a way for them to feel like they have won. Winning is imperative to the narcissist. There is nothing more important, and I should do a whole series on this, than them feeling like they are winning. Winning in a game, winning in a relationship, winning financially, winning with the most friends, winning with the best clothes, winning with consuming your time. They want to win, win, win. Now keep this one in mind. An average, healthy, stable human being doesn't look at relationships as winning or losing. What we do is we look at relationships as things to be cultivated, things to be worked on, things to be improved, things to be grown and cherished and developed. None of those things, and I mean none of those things, are what the narcissist sees. The narcissist looks at relationships as opportunities and as ways to take advantage of people, which include boat houses, beach houses, trips to different countries, statuses, being invited to special parties or barbecues or events, things like that. That's what the narcissist cares about. They're shallow, they're hollow, they're anxiety riddled. They are an empty vessel, and they need a fuel source to keep them full and satiated. They actually need multiple fuel sources, which is called supply. And remember, the narcissist can get supply from anything, from a pet, from an article of clothing, from money, from a person, from a trip, from yelling at somebody if they're calling customer service. That's a huge one. Poor CS agents all over the world that are getting peppered by narcissists, just calling up to berate them and to have them not experience a good day. That happens all over the globe each and every day. I hear so many people in one-on-one sessions talking about that, and that's not their job. The CS agent is supposed to be taking phone calls and troubleshooting and helping people. They're not there as a therapist, having someone on the other end yelling and screaming at them just because they can. But that's what a narcissist does. Keep this in mind. The narcissist doesn't care about anybody. The only person they care about is themselves. So the narcissist wanted to keep you away from so many things, and that was a short list for you. I can do a whole series on this easily. Point being is, the one thing the narcissist didn't bank on was you getting the wisdom, was you finding that needle in a haystack and figuring out who they were, and then blocking them, going no contact, and removing them and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. That is the path. If you can do it, I strongly suggest you do it. If you can't, utilize gray rock, which means just become dull and boring. And remember, I repeat myself so frequently on these videos, it's for a purpose. It's to give you reminders. It's to instill things in your thought process that I broke the trauma bond. I healed. I did it during one of the most challenging times on this planet during the pandemic. If I did it all alone, isolated, you can do it. Believe me when I tell you. It's going to take time. It's going to take you taking action and focusing on yourself and understanding that the narcissist won't give you closure. They can't give you closure. All they wanted to do was to have you not exist another day on the planet. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. God bless you all. I love you. And remember this, the narcissist tried to keep you away from so many things. They succeeded until when? That's right, until they didn't. Now this is your turn. You need to understand your life, your beautiful, bright, shining light is all ahead of you. The doors of abundance will open up for you. I love you all. God bless you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.